Welcome to the 4C Fitness Show, starring Michelle and Lisa Cast, live from Skinny Man 31 Studios in the heart of Times Square, New York. And now, here are your hosts, Michelle and Lisa Cast.
Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, October 29th, 2014. Welcome to episode 48 of the 4C Fitness Show. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa.
Today is all about testing your limits and pushing yourself past your self-imposed barriers on the 4C Fitness Show.
Love it.
Yeah?
We know all about that.
Oh, we do.
For those of you joining us for the first time, Michelle and I began our weight loss journey back in 2008 when we auditioned for The Biggest Loser. We didn't make it onto the show, but that didn't stop us from achieving many goals.
Many.
Since then, including 240-pound weight loss combined.
That is right. We started 4C Fitness because people would ask us how we were seeing so much success with our weight loss. We realized our passion to help others. I got my NASM personal training certification, and we started the 4C Fitness Show as a health and fitness resource. We forged partnerships with other health and fitness professionals and enthusiasts to bring a variety of sustainable information to our followers as the fitness world continues to grow and change. Our mantra is the 4 C's: choose, commit, challenge, and change. We feel these 4 components are the key to creating a successful, healthy lifestyle. We want to thank everyone who's been tuning in, everyone joining us tonight, and we want to continue to hear what it is that you're interested in learning about. So feel free to reach out to us so we can bring you exciting and fun show topics.
Definitely.
Yeah. And if we do, sorry to interrupt, if we lose feed, you guys just hold on. Before we had a little technical issue, so that's why we were in, but we're back.
We are here, so stay with us.
Stay with us, and we'll always piece it together later for YouTube and iTunes.
Thanks, Michelle. On to the noteworthy news. Our 50th episode, first anniversary celebration is coming up on Friday, November 14th.
I can't wait.
That's right. I can't believe it. Episode 48. We're pushing 50.
We're pushing 50. We're getting there. Getting up there.
Very, very exciting. It's going to be from 7 to 10 with great drink specials and food, raffle tickets, giveaways, and more. The RSVP is by November 6th. A huge thank you to everyone who has donated amazing raffle prizes. They're going to be incredible. So, RSVP if you've got that invite.
Yeah, if you guys know any of our former guests, Janelle Stevens, Prowess Private Training, you could win a session with her. Mm-hmm. Kenny Pena of All Fitness, you can win some great sessions with him.
Dasha.
You can win, oh my goodness.
Kim from In Motion.
Kettlebell kickboxing classes. We can't even begin to say thank you to everyone. So exciting. Yes. So in case you guys noticed, we're wearing our Marine Corps Marathon jackets today because we did have an amazing time this weekend at the Marine Corps Marathon. We ran the 10K, not the marathon. I know some people might say, why did you guys get a marathon jacket if you didn't run a 10K? Sean was actually so funny yesterday. He's like, wait, so what you're saying here is you didn't really run the marathon, but you got the jacket. He's like, I like what you're doing here. I'm going to go out and get a New York City Marathon jacket. And just basically said,
like, order it off of like Etsy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
eBay.
We felt as though because it was our first 10K and it was our first time at a marathon and we had friends there that we were rooting for, that it just kind of brought the whole experience together for us.
It's a great token.
It's such a great token.
And you know what? This is just foreshadowing for our future
That's
goal.
That's exactly how I feel. So it's kind
That's
of
it.
like,
It was the day we were inspired to one day run that actual marathon.
Next October.
That's right.
High five.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
What did I just get myself into?
We're also wearing our
Oorah tank tops.
We had a great time at the expo.
Oorah.
Oh, that was a very interesting oorah. Usually it's a little more.
Just make fun of me.
Oorah, like a little deeper.
Well, I'm a girl.
I love it.
And let me go a little deeper. Oorah. How's that?
Nope. Still didn't work for me. You don't have the right cadence.
Well,
I'm teasing. I love it.
My stepbrother was a Marine, and he said it a million different ways.
Okay, great.
And it was sort of more like the second time around.
So I don't really know.
Whatever. At least I tried.
I still have no voice also from
mine is fading in and out.
But so anyway, we ran the 10K. We had a great time. We spectated our first marathon. We went to our first expo. We had a great time with our running friends.
Yes, we did.
Basically an amazing weekend overall. Much more to come on the 10K, I guess, when we talk about our show topic, which is overcoming and, breaking through limits and barriers.
Yes. So. It's actually testing your limits.
All those things.
I'm just kidding. I had to tease you.
Touche.
Speaking of, yeah, exactly. Speaking of upcoming races, we will be running a virtual 5K on Halloween 2 days from now.
Yes.
So exciting, with the Hoboken running people who have gotten us
The peeps.
the peeps. It says it on the outline.
Yep.
Hoboken running peeps.
The peeps. Hey, peeps. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, guys? You have us addicted.
No,
so
they're amazing, though. I have to shout out, like, Lyle and Paul watched our show last week.
they absolutely did.
Nicole said she downloads us sometimes, I believe, on the iTunes.
Okay, sometimes.
On the iTunes.
On the
Likers
iTunes.
gotta like. So I just definitely want to say thank you to them because they really are awesome, supportive
They're all
people.
very supportive people.
And of course,
all of
everyone
them.
who's been following us all
Michelle,
along. But
Christine, Carissa, Kim, they're great.
Tony, who coached us through.
Tony.
So you guys who are
God.
watching us, thank you. And we will see you guys on Friday.
Yeah, so we can't wait to see if we can continue to improve our time on Friday and keep
actually
up with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to send my family to you guys when they can't find me because I'm on Antarctica running a marathon. I'm going to speak to these people.
I love every time you say that. I'm like, you mean Alaska? And you're like, no, I actually mean Antarctica. At the Marine Corps Marathon this weekend, we went to the Carbo Dining In dinner the night before the race, and we heard an amazing motivational speaker who's part of Runner's World, and he spoke about the marathon in Antarctica.
Yeah, I was fascinated by
So
that.
I think Lisa is inspired.
It's like in my mind.
I love it. So a little bit more about running, because as you guys couldn't tell, we're a little obsessed. But
Just a little.
You know, the runner's high, it's real.
It's okay.
The New York City Marathon is this Sunday, November 2nd. We'll be out there supporting the New York City runners. We're going to make some more of our fantastic signs when we get 5 seconds to breathe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what I'm doing
if
that.
anyone else is interested in coming out to check out the marathon with us,
We're going to be there because our friends and family will be running.
absolutely. So give us a holler, and we can't wait for that.
And our upcoming guests, Lindsay of Ceviche, we're actually meeting up with her tonight to talk about the show. Can't wait.
Dinner.
Michelle of Reverence Apparel, Alex of Pure Yoga, Jody from Pulse Fitness. You know,
If there's anyone else,
if there's anyone else you want to see on our show, I missed that little note there. Send them our way because we're happy to have them and bring them to the
we have
world of
all
health
the,
and fitness.
all the ladies lined up.
That's right.
We haven't actually had a lady on the show since Nicole was on the show. We had
Wow, we did. We had a whole slew of guys right after
So we're
that.
getting the ladies back.
Sweet.
Kind of just made me want to sing, "This is Ladies Night." Oh, what a night. All right, exercise excitement. So I am really excited. I'm getting a new Team Misfits routine coming from Coach Alex this weekend to start next week.
Wow, I wonder what that's going to
So
be
I'm
like.
scared of what Alex has
Yeah,
in
I
store
would be
for me.
too.
Yeah.
I'm scared too because I follow it.
So I actually took my Team Misfits photos on Friday before we left for Marine Corps Marathon.
And how'd those come out?
I don't know, Lee, you tell me. They came out pretty fantastic, I have to say.
You really are looking great.
You can't probably tell in my clothes and such, but when I took my photos and I compared them to when I started in August, there is definite definition in my arms now, which is crazy.
Your back.
My back as well as my core area, as best as can be considering how much weight I lost.
Yes.
And I went to grab my arm before and I felt like literally a bicep there. So I've definitely seen great progress with Team Misfits.
Very
I'm
nice.
really excited and I can't wait to see what Alex has in store for me next.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait too. So we will continue running training with Kim, Coach Kim Watkins from In Shape, to prepare for our upcoming races. And we are hoping to get into the New York City half, and Kim will help us get ready for that and whatever else comes our way.
Absolutely. And along with exercise excitement, just a little note about rest. So we did recognize last week before the race that we were a little tired. And one of the tricks is that if you want to increase mileage, you should definitely increase sleep. So we tried to do that a little bit last week and not push ourselves as hard. And then early this week, after coming back, we literally were awake for 24 hours.
Oops.
We had gotten up on race day on Sunday at 4:15 a.m. and we did not get home and in bed until
Monday.
4:15 a.m. on Monday.
Mom, hope you're not listening.
Still catching up from that. My mom knows, so it's
No, okay. My mom doesn't.
I love it. So we're still catching up from that. So Monday we took an off day, but Tuesday morning we didn't do the 5 a.m. But yet last night we got back to it. So, it's important to listen to your body, but know at the same time that there's a point where you do have to kind of push yourself to kick it into gear again. And that was kind of one of the inspirations for our show tonight. So it's like taking those limits that you put on yourself and knowing when to listen and when to really, really push it so that, of course, you don't hurt yourself, but so that you can, continue to see progress.
Nice points there, Mish. Thanks for that.
Absolutely.
On to the hit list.
Oh, this is so
This is a very important song to us. It got us through, I guess it was like the last mile of the 10K. It came on for me between mile 5 and 6.
Lucky for you, that's when I had my cramp.
Or was it as I went up the hill
At the very end?
to Iwo Jima? I think it was.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, the song is Destiny's Child Survivor. And as you know, if you've been watching, we can't play the song for you. But Survivor, it came on for both of us at the end of the race on our headphones. And it really helped us push through.
It was so intense. I mean, for me, I definitely had full body chills. I was emotional. It just kind of like that song will always hit me to be like, you know what? I've been on this journey for a long time. I am a survivor. Like those, it's so cliche, but it's so appropriate. And to get through that last, I believe for me, it might have been mile like 4 to 5 or so. The last mile was really kind of rough for me, but it pushed me. I think that was one of the points where Tony was kind of telling me to slow down a little bit. We got to run with one of the team and training friends of ours, Tony. And so he was trying to pace us and keep us at track to get us to our goal, which was awesome. But every time I would get overly excited, he'd kind of like slow me down a little. But when Survivor came on, I kind of really just busted out and just was thinking about how far we've come, everything we've overcome.
Yeah, same.
It was just, running is very mental. So it was cathartic and very emotional experience. And it was awesome. So Destiny's Child Survivor, check it out. I'm sure everyone who knows the song can relate. And if you've come along on a journey of any type, you know how that song can really
fitting
get you. So
cool.
On to the magazine rack. I hope I can do this right now because I'm tired.
You got this.
I'm just being honest.
Test your limits, Michelle.
I will test my limits. I
Keep
also
it brief. Then
did not have my second
it.
meal today, or third meal, so I'm a little low in the fuel.
Okay, don't go crazy. Just give a good.
I'm getting nervous.
Just give a good wrap up of the article.
I'm totally kidding. So these article.
These article.
Do you love it? That was fantastic.
Are you
That's
tired?
How tired I am.
Are you tired?
This article is all about finding your fitness edge.
That was
by
awesome.
Lisa Bowman. She says the motivational phrase "no pain, no gain" is as tired as it is inaccurate. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't push yourself to new limits and higher workout highs. So I agree. Pain definitely could mean something bad. So no pain, no gain is not always right. So they say that many fitness enthusiasts come from two camps. Number one is the hardcore exerciser. Number two is the laid back social type. The hardcore exerciser is going to push themselves so hard. They're at the gym every day. They are heaving, crunching, sweating, grunting until they've beaten themselves into an aching, exhausted pulp. And number two,
with those people at the gym.
I know. The laid back type, they basically just kind of walk around, talk, text, do a few little light reps, with no weight. So basically she asks, whom do you emulate? And the ideal answer, of course, should be neither. The hardcore exercises in Camp 1 are overdoing it. And number two, they're not pushing themselves enough. So you want to kind of find that delicate balance between the hardcore mentality of the first group and the easygoing mindset of the second group. And, exercise is basically just about challenging the body to do what it normally does not do. So there's a cyclical logic that they speak about in this article. You can make slow, modest fitness gains by gradually increasing the demand you place on your body, but it's likely that will take a very long time and you'll never really reach your goals this way. But pushing yourself to the edge of your current limits is the fastest and many would say most satisfying way to become stronger, faster, and more flexible. And at the same time, you also must allow your body the rest and relaxation it needs to build back up for its next effort. And we know this all too well.
Yes.
So
a delicate balance.
They call this hard, easy approach the stress recovery cycle. It works like this. When you exercise at an intensity level for a duration that your body isn't used to, you stress your body by creating small tears in your muscle. Depending on the workout, you also stress your bones, heart, and nerves. Your recovery, the easy days or days off, allow your body the time it needs to adapt to the stress. You become stronger. As a result, exercise becomes easier and previously intense levels of exertion become more comfortable. During your recovery time after weight training, for example, your body patches the muscle tears, fills the muscle cells with more protein, and causes the long, thin cells in your muscles to grow thicker and stronger, hence why muscles appear larger. After cardio, for example, the mitochondria, the part of the cell that breaks down fat and carbohydrates for fuel, they multiply. Your body builds more capillaries, and your fat-burning enzymes increase, allowing your muscles to turn fat into fuel. And over time, your heart beats more strongly and pumps more blood with each beat, which Lisa also have noticed through her running.
Yeah, that's been really cool to watch because, as we know, a few weeks ago, I had all this issues with the heart rate, and I had to go for a stress test, and my heart rate was going up over 200.
Right.
And as the weeks have gone on, you know, it stayed at a steady 180, it stayed at a steady 170, and now it only gets up to like 160 when I run. And the best part of the 10K was that my heart rate monitor would not work while I ran. And I was just so frustrated because I was wearing it. I was like, okay, I know I'm going to be fine.
Right.
But now I'm wearing this contraption. Not that it's that big, but, you know, anything gets in your way and it wouldn't work.
That was so ironic.
Yeah, but you can definitely see the difference if you track it. Mm-hmm. It definitely helps.
Over time, you definitely get, stronger cardiovascular.
I am proof of that.
Absolutely. And then she also speaks about stretching, which is a slightly different animal than cardio and weight training. When you stretch your muscles and the connective tissue around them, lengthen and stay that way for a certain amount of time after you finish, and then they return to the previous state. So your muscles are very pliable. For stretching, cardio, and weightlifting sessions to be effective, you must challenge your body with an appropriate level of stress. Over stress and you'll end up with a pulled muscle. Under stress and your body won't adapt. Finding that edge is the key.
Got to find that sweet spot.
Definitely. And it's the key to executing an effective and sustainable fitness program. Your mental edge, though, also is that preconceived notion of what your body is capable of doing. Your physical edge is what your body can actually do. If you want to excel at something athletically, you have to push yourself and get comfortable with a certain degree of discomfort. Mm-hmm. And this requires just as much mental training as physical training, which we have learned as well. And I feel as though the mental is even something we could work on more. I feel like it's something you can always work on.
Sure. It definitely needs to be developed. I feel like it takes more time to develop that than it does to obviously develop.
Right. So this is what she says. Most people peter out on the mental edge long before they reach their physical edge, especially in the weight room.
I think that girl did. Remember when she collapsed?
Yeah. She was having a tough one. We'll talk about that too. I mentioned her in here.
I know.
For maximum muscle growth, you must exercise to the brink of muscle failure, the point that requires you to activate every single muscle fiber as you squeeze out the final lift. And while you don't have to lift to failure to achieve strength gains, the further you back away from that edge, the slower progress you'll make. So you definitely want to try to get yourself there, and it hurts a little, but it's just a couple of minutes. And they did a study, and they said that most people were performing far too few reps and with too light of a weight. So they're really not getting the most out of their workout. It's
really hard, though, when you're at the weights and they have only a choice of 5, 7.5, 10, and 12.5. I'm like, I'm somewhere in between. But then it goes from 12.5 to 15.
Do you want to? But that's all a steady increase. What I find to be harder is with the barbells.
I guess because it's only by tens.
Right. So last night, the 20 for for example, when I was working my triceps doing skull crushers, the 20 is too light, but the 30 is too heavy. But there's no 25.
True. But I'm more of like we did biceps this morning, and I'm more of like an 11 than I am a 10 or a 12.5.
I think you're on a scale of 1 to 10, just off the charts. You're like, I'm more of an 11.
Thanks.
I get it, though. But that's when you push.
I know.
Which is when I jumped from the 10 to the 12.5, and it was a struggle, but that's when you kind of push. Yeah, and that's when you'll see the most.
That's when I find my fitness edge.
That's right. So most of us, they say, are somewhat better at pushing ourselves at an aerobic edge. Most fitness enthusiasts actually exercise at 55 to 60% of their peak heart rate. In addition to stimulating cardiovascular conditioning, you'll actually build your cardiovascular health at that level. But if you want to lower your body fat as well, you do need to push it to about 75% of your heart rate for 30 minutes several times a week. So you do have to push it a little harder, but people are kind of better at pushing it with cardio than they are with weights.
I think so too.
And for stretching, you'll also find your edge sooner than you think. Unlike building strength and cardiovascular fitness, increasing flexibility can happen with a fairly mild stimulus. In fact, if you overstretch, you'll risk getting tighter. So,
interesting.
On top of all that, you just really need the right recovery. No matter how much you zero in your edge during your workouts, all will be for nothing if you don't give yourself enough time to recover between the hard efforts. Finding this balance depends on the type of stress you subject your body to in the first place. So if you're weight training, you need 48 to 72 hours to complete rest. For cardio, on the other hand, you can be a little more flexible. If you're a runner, you might go for a light walk or jog on a rest day, or cross train on another day. And just make make sure you're giving yourself the right recovery. Monitor how you feel after your workout. So do you have soreness that won't go away? Do your legs feel tired and heavy? Have you hit a plateau with your results? Are you tossing and turning at night? These are some indications that your body is not adapting and that it needs more rest. So listen to your body. We say that all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the same time, if you're stressed emotionally or stressed at work,
That's going to affect everything.
Definitely your recovery will take longer. And the last note that they talk about is the value of nonviolence, which is really cool. They do say that once or twice a year, you can and should take your body to places it has never been. Completing your first triathlon, marathon, hiking a mountain, competing in a multi-day adventure race. These types of events provide an emotional high and expanded sense of your own athletic potential. In short, they say occasionally beating yourself to a pulp and living to tell about it can infuse your training and life with more motivation. So that's really exciting. And that's kind of what we're getting at too. You know, test those limits, see how far you can go. Literally don't do it all the time.
Right.
You know, but every so often it's great.
Of course.
And the final quote I really liked was that came from a teaching of yoga. If I never explore my limits, my body minds will gradually tighten and become unconscious. If I regularly explore my limits in a caring and adventuresome fashion, I will expand and grow in a vital fashion. But if I try to push myself past where I am honestly able to go, I will probably be met with pain and disease. So whether a yogi, gym rat, a competitive athlete, or a total fitness newbie, those are some great words.
Yes.
To live by.
Absolutely.
So that is your magazine rack.
Thanks.
No, thank you for finding that.
No, thank you.
No, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah, I really liked that article, actually.
I really like you.
Oh, I like you too.
Okay, let's hear about some books.
Okay. So Michelle found this really cool list of 11 books. I'm gonna review 11 books right now.
I want them all.
I'm kidding. So instead of just one book, these are 11 awesome books that every runner should have on their shelf. So
We chose them for running because running is something that we've always limited ourselves with.
that's right. Yeah, we always said we're not runners.
Yeah.
No,
We're not good at it.
We're not really good.
We'll
at
never
that.
do more than a 5K.
Nah.
We always said that.
We always said that.
It's not for us.
Nope, not for
It's
us.
just something we're not good at.
It's just not good at that.
So this is our testing our limit is running.
It's true.
So
here are a few of the books off this list. So there's books that train the runner's body. So that one of them is The Run Faster by Brad Hudson and Matt Fitzgerald. So if you've ever wanted access to everything an elite coach has to say, this is the book for you.
I really want it.
It offers training plans from 5Ks to marathon distances. And it explains techniques Hudson has used to turn runners into Olympians. So that's pretty cool. Chi Running, a revolutionary approach to effortless injury-free running, which is always a good place to start, injury-free. So improve your running form and remove, they talk about removing the heel strike, reducing injury, and creating a more effortless stride. And this book also has an informational DVD along with it. No Meat Athlete, Run on Plants, and Discover Your Fittest, Fastest, Happiest Self by Matt Frazier. So that's kind of cool. I feel like a lot of vegetarians may find it difficult to find the right fuel in order to be, runners or a plant-based diet. And the first half of this book focuses on goal setting and habit forming and running basics. And then the second half is all nutrition. So fuel before, during, and after your run, and optimizing your diet when you aren't running. And the recipes apparently are very, very good. Daniel's Running Formula by Jack Daniels. So this brings your training to the next level, not just for beginners, but it's all about the science of getting stronger and getting the most out of your effort. 101 Simple Ways to Be a Better Runner by Jason Fitzgerald. So if you've ever wanted 101 ways to be a better runner, this is the book for you. If you've ever wanted
101,
not one. Case, not one, not 100, 101. So this is short tidbits grouped into categories. So you might want to check that out. And it's an ebook, so it's a very simple, easy read. Relentless Forward Progress by Brian Powell. I keep wanting to say Byron, but it's Brian.
It's Brian.
Yep. So he goes into the whole thing with ultra running. So we're talking about like 100 miles.
Okay.
Could you ever imagine?
Hey, no, you never say never.
But if you need to know how to handle stomach cramps,
yes,
dehydration, overhydration, or fatigue from lack of calories, you'll find it in this book. Born to Run, which we've discussed on the show before by Christopher McDougall, is on this list.
Yeah, I got to get back into that. I got to read the one Nicole suggested too.
Yeah, that's not on this list.
I know.
So this is just a few more books
That's not on this list.
That's not on this list. Moving on. We're 25 minutes in. Moving on.
It's a running book. That's all.
I was just commenting.
I'm dying.
I was just being silly.
You're good.
Your Performing Edge, The Complete Guide to Success and Fulfillment in Sports and Life by Joanne Dalgatter. Yep. Didn't highlight anything on this book.
No worries. What's next, Lee?
When I talk about running by Haruki Murakami.
The way you say it. I'm sure it's a wonderful book.
No, I'm sure it is. But it's all about your performing edge, which we just sort of talked about.
Yeah.
That. But back to Haruki's book, what I talk about when I talk about running is the perfect quick read for anybody who loves the sport, and reflections on running and writing while training for the New York City Marathon. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It inspired the author of this article or blog post to go out and log more miles. The Power of Habit by Charles.
We talked about this as well.
Duhigg. Yeah, we've had this on our list before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the running section, but it's all about how to form a habit and how long it takes and how to create new ones and how to manipulate the ones we already have. So we talked about that in the past. Running and Being, the Total Experience by Dr. George Sheehan. So this is more of a meditation of life than it is about running specifics. And this book summarizes beautifully what it means to be a runner.
Very nice.
That's all 11.
That was great. I want to read them all.
Yeah, we're going to get them all, I promise.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
On to the recipe of the week that I want to make at this current moment. Now, I'm going to go.
Now.
Bye, guys. It's a pumpkin coconut bisque. It looks fantastic.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It's actually called I Can't Believe It's Not Dairy Pumpkin Bisque.
That's what I wanted to hear, the title.
I can't believe it's not dairy. It has
pumpkin bisque.
extra virgin olive oil, chopped onion, garlic, pumpkin, vegetable broth, sugar. Nope, we won't be putting the sugar.
Oh.
Allspice, crushed red pepper, unsweetened coconut milk, salt and pepper, and pepitas for garnish. How good does that look? Like, I really think we should make it on Saturday because it's going to be a cold and rainy day.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so
I'll get the ingredients.
We haven't tried it, but in honor of the fact that it's Halloween on Friday and it's pumpkin season, we wanted to find something. It's supposed to be chilly coming up this weekend.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's gonna be chilly
and nourishing. So check out
and that morning
pumpkin coconut bisque.
We should make the cheat.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can cheat right now.
Pumpkin spice pancakes.
How good do they look?
They look really, really good.
And they recommend them
Holy smokes.
if you want with gluten free.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Okay.
It has all of your typical ingredients that you would to make pumpkin pancakes.
Okay.
So it's got, except for the fact that it has oat flour.
Yeah, I like that it has the oats.
And whole oats.
Mm-hmm.
And pumpkin puree, eggs, unsweetened vanilla almond milk.
So excited about the eggs, Lisa.
Eggs.
Oorah, eggs.
Eggs. Oorah.
We are giddy today. What else besides eggs?
Vanilla. Ground ginger. I might want to leave that out.
I like okay.
Cinnamon, pumpkin spice, salt, baking soda rather, and coconut oil.
Amazing.
Done.
Making
it.
happening.
You want it
I
too.
just kind of
Don't
want to
lie.
keep looking at that picture. It looks so good.
Let's get on to that real talk.
Real talk, real talk.
That was real.
Remember before the show when we sang the other theme song that inspired the real talk theme song? Thanks, Cecily Strong.
Yeah, right.
Girlfriends talking about guys and stuff.
Girlfriends talk show.
This is not Saturday Night Live, though. You might sometimes think so. We might sometimes think so.
We might sometimes
sometimes hear that people think that we're Saturday Night Live.
That's true. We have heard that.
But real talk. So the real talk, I think, obviously has to do with everything we've been talking about today. So
because it's all been real.
We ran a 10K on Sunday, and it was great, but definitely challenging. We have not trained hills. So
We haven't really talked about it.
We haven't, you and I.
No, we haven't.
So let's talk now.
Let's talk about it.
So, okay.
You from your point of view.
I mean,
the gun went off.
Well, it was really cool. Like the pre-race was not as crazy as I thought it would be. It was really mellow.
I think Tony helped us
I
mellow
was just
out.
going to say thank God for Tony, because I think before we were with him, we were both a
We were
little
like,
frantic.
oh my God, we have to get on the bathroom line. And oh my God, where are my bits? And where's my banana? And when are we eating the banana? And are we eating the banana yet? Did I just eat the banana? I'm not really sure. Is that my peel in the garbage? I have to go to the bathroom. Look at the line. There's a line. We have to check our bags. And then Tony's like, oh, hey, guys. And we're like, oh, hey, Tony.
Lisa, that was the greatest thing you have ever done.
That's exactly what it was.
Exactly
right?
what it was.
Oh, my God. You're like in tears.
I am so embarrassed because I just relived the whole morning just by that.
Yeah, it really was.
Because we were feeling great. Like we had a fantastic morning. Like we had eggs and like Rice Krispie treats with almond butter. And we were loving life. Like we put, we're like having a great time in the room. I can't. And like we're like, look at us in our outfits. Like this is gonna be great.
This is great.
And then like we walk outside.
Sean's laughing at me.
Great.
We're walking to the National
And then all
Mall.
of a sudden the shit hit the fan. We're like, I'm getting lipstick all over my mic. We're like, are we going the right way?
Those people went that way.
I know.
And the GPS is telling us to go this way.
Is the Google Maps right? I'm making a Facebook status. Wait. I'm still writing my status.
Wait.
How does it sound?
Wait. Why are you walking so fast? We have to get there.
Oh my God, Tony's texting us. Oh my God, Runner Chick's messaging us. Are we there? Are we going the right way? Excuse me, officer, is this the way to the National Mall?
Pitch black. Washington, D.C.
6 a.m. a mile walk.
On the streets.
So we get there, and then like we hear from Tony there's a line, but we don't really see a line until we realize that we have to go down a bridge and up and around a bridge to get on the line.
Right.
And at this point, everyone starts like,
Droves.
running. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Running to the bridge. So we get like,
Okay, we're in line for security. We're okay.
and I'm like, oh my God, is my bag going to go through? Let's
We're just gonna take a selfie.
So whatever, we get in, and now we're like, where do we check bags? Where's Tony?
And then that whole thing
And
that
then
I
we
just
heard
did.
like the bag thing was crazy, but it wasn't at all.
There was no crazy bag
I was
check
like,
thing.
okay, we have our bits, we have our gum, we have our banana, we have our this, we have our that. Like we're holding all our things because now we're checking our bags. And then Tony finds us and he's like, let's go to the bathroom line. Once we were with Tony, it was just like,
How funny was that lady behind us? She was like, I've been here since 5 a.m.
yeah.
And it was freezing.
I was like, why aren't I that cold? She's like, well, I've been here since 5.
She's like, nobody's getting in the porta potties. They need to hurry up. Do you think those two are open? I'm like, really, lady?
So we get on the line, and thank God Tony's there because he's like, go do your warm-ups. So he held our place. We like put down our stuff, did our warm-ups from Coach Kim, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Get up to the bathroom line. People now are getting a little crazy because it's almost time
And they're
to
singing
start.
the national anthem.
Yeah, while we're
It's
on the
like,
line.
holy cow, this is
So
happening.
We would get into the bathroom. We get out. Just as we get out, the gun goes off.
The gun goes off, and we were like, we're ready.
Done. The best was when we all climbed the barricade.
When there was like an easy
When there
entrance
was an easy
onto the
entrance
line.
right there.
We were like, we're climbing it back. Let's go. We're going to do this. Hoorah.
Yeah.
And then it was
your
like,
best hurrah to
oh,
date.
thanks.
Yeah.
And then there was like an entrance,
right there.
And people
2
were like,
feet.
well, you could have just done this. Like, it just wouldn't have been as hardcore.
So we're so excited. One of our not favorite songs, but a really fun song came on, Happy, reminding us of some fun friends. And so we are off. And Tony's like, don't start running until we get to the start. Okay. So we get to the start. I hit the start on the GPS.
Go.
And we're off. Felt really good. My hip was a little off, so I was nervous about that, but it felt okay. I remember what Coach Kim said. Going along. I think I was going to start fast, but Tony kind of paced us back a little, which was important. First mile was the typical first mile. It always kind of sucks.
Oh.
It sucks, but it's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, like first mile's like, the first mile. The first mile actually went really fast.
That's what I said.
But
Yeah.
I looked at because I was borrowing our friend's GPS watch, and I looked at it, and I was like, wait, we're almost a mile in? Amazing. This is going to be great. I think we hit the hills by like the second mile. I don't remember.
Yep.
Yeah. So then the hill started, and I was like, okay.
I was like, ew.
Yeah.
But I got this.
So, I mean, the hip kind of was just like annoying, but it held up.
Sorry.
The ankle was fine.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. The calves were fine. The hills were just annoying. And I was just like afraid to overdo it in the beginning because I think everything
I felt
I've
like
heard,
you were totally saving up all your energy. I'm like, Michelle's saving up all her energy.
Right.
I hope I'm not going to like blow myself out here because I was like just a little ahead of you.
Yeah, you
And I was
always kind of are because
I'm
you're small.
I'm good. Yeah. And my groin muscle started to act up around 4.5 miles. And I was like, and that's where all the mental came in.
Yeah.
And I was like, it
and
doesn't
I kept
matter.
hearing our friend Nicole had said, your head's going to be out of it at some point and you're going to have to rely on heart. And I kept being like, what's the difference between head
I
and
was
heart?
like, is this happening like right
yeah.
now?
I was like, is this the heart
Like,
point?
is this the heart part? Is this the head part or the heart part? But was that supposed to come first?
All right,
Second.
we got to get through this
Yeah.
because we're going to run out of time. But the point is, by the last mile, when I normally bust out like a maniac, the banana wreaks havoc on me. The banana that we ate 30 minutes before the race, all of a sudden is like, it's like Cramp City in the middle of my stomach.
It's like fighting you.
It's like digesting at that exact moment.
Stop
all the
running.
blood, seriously, all the blood that's supposed to be at my muscles at this point is there in my stomach. And it's telling me, hey, woman, we're chilling out here digesting that stupid banana that you didn't even need instead of fueling your muscles right now. And I'm like, thanks guys, because this is the point where I really would like to bust out.
Right.
And so instead I had pain so bad in my stomach that I literally thought I would vomit. But I got through
just
it.
like
I breathed through it.
Just kept going.
And then when we got to the final hill, which is short but very steep, at the top I was like, I'm totes gonna throw up right now. Totes. Didn't. Coming down the final stretch now, Lisa's like, oh, look, it's Nicole. And I'm like, oh, yay. Hey. Check, like, sprint, done.
Done. Yeah.
All in all, great. Annoying about my
Never having the
banana and annoyed about the final mile, but we did do well. So we did it in an hour and 13.
That's right.
We had said that an hour and 15 we thought we could do. We wanted to try to do it in an hour and 7, which was really ambitious.
I think we could have done it.
I think we could have done an hour and 10.
Okay.
For sure.
Fair
But
enough.
an hour and 13, and what we've heard is that's really good.
Fair enough.
That was it. That's real talk. That was the race. It was fun. It was funny.
That's it.
And so now we're on to our theme.
Yes. And we're going to get through this.
We're going to buzz through it.
That's it.
It's not that much.
So testing your limits. Even as far as we have come, we still face challenges, as you just heard. Because we must always test our limits to achieve new goals. And, we put this show together today because of our accomplishment of the 10K this past weekend. And we found it, it was really important. And we realized that testing our limits is a very important thing for us to do. Our motto is choose, commit, challenge, and change. And we truly live by that because we always, choose what we're going to do. We commit to it. Challenge ourselves, and we always see a change in so many different ways. And since, this was definitely a challenge, not because we didn't believe in ourselves, but more because we had never run 6 miles. So right there on the outset, test of the limits.
Yeah. I mean, when we hit the 5 mile mark, I was like, okay, this is the longest we've ever ran, and we've only done it 3 times.
And I was like, I got this.
Yeah. No, but I was like, okay, but now is where I'm going to see how far we can take it. So much has come out of this achievement in just a few days. Of course, to start, we were really excited that we made it to the finish and fairly strong, although we felt we definitely could have done a little better on our time. But right there is a spark for the next challenge for us. So better time. And then we said we could do the 6.1. So that means we can definitely do the 13.1. I definitely felt like we could do the 13.1.
I can definitely
easy.
do it easy.
And we feel as though now
With the right
we can
training.
do even better on the 3.2. So let's see how we can do on the 5K on Halloween. Now that we've done the 6, it's kind of like the 3.2 becomes, not that it's not as important, but for us, it's like, all right, well, we've done the 6, so we can really push it here on, on the 3.2, 3.1. 3.1 is 6. 3.1 is the 5K. 6.2
Right,
is the 10K.
10K.
We just got mixed up there.
Sorry.
It's a snowball effect for us. So, and now we have, really want to see if we can push to sign up for the half and maybe even a full one day. So
definitely.
Yeah. And
in addition to physical limits, our mental limits were definitely tested, as we discussed with the, running with a little bit of pain and some cramping. Coach Kim was like, you guys look so like you made, like it was so easy for you in your photos afterwards, but things happened that were very unexpected. The weather was much warmer than any of us expected leading up to the race, we're checking the weather. Even the night before, it was like, okay, it's going to be 45 degrees when we run. That morning, it was not 45 degrees.
It was so beautiful.
It was very warm, but we dressed for 45 degrees, unfortunately.
Right.
We decided to eat the banana a little too close to the race, and that
banana.
Damn banana.
Damn banana.
Never
Never again. And then I was thinking about that guy from the dinner the night before who was talking about the banana bread. And how those guys were throwing up bananas and it was baking on the sidewalk. And I'm like, I will never look at a banana the same way again. I can never eat a banana and run again. I had a banana this morning. I'm fine.
You're okay. You and bananas are friends again. So, and then the hills that are steeper than we expected them to be. So all of these things, test your mental limits while you're...
Yeah. I think you're like, is this my head or my heart right now?
Is it head leading heart leading head, feet, arms?
No idea.
What's happening?
Keep your shoulders down, tense, breathe on the left side.
Shake it out. Shake it out. Stretch it out.
Breathe.
There's an old lady beating me in front of me. That old lady's beating me.
It really gets in my head when I see a girl who's kind of like what I used to be. Heavier than me. Yeah. And I'm like, damn girl.
She's beating me.
I could do that. What am I doing? So now with our new goals set, we start to prepare for the unknown. But the one thing that's true is that there's really no room for doubt. So it's very mental, though. You really have to train yourself to know and trust your body as well. We saw so many people over the course of the weekend who were beyond pushing their limits to finish both the 10K and the marathon. The limits that we place on ourselves are self-inhibiting. There were men and women running this weekend who were currently literally fighting cancer, going through chemotherapy. Though there were those there without limbs, with prosthetic legs, with hand cycles. They were being escorted. It was amazing.
It was really very inspiring.
I have chills right now.
That was awesome when the cops came by. That was awesome with the guy with the hand cycles. It was just
unbelievable. The inspiration and motivation was beyond chilling, and there truly are no excuses.
Nope.
There's just really no excuses. My hip hurts. Oh, my calves hurt.
Well, let's talk about Paul. I mean, our friend Paul.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there were people who walked the race, people who limped away from the finish. Our friend Paul, in an air cast, his foot is fractured, correct?
He has a stress fracture.
Stress fracture. In his air cast, determined to try to do the entire marathon. He was signed up for the marathon, walk the entire marathon. He made it to mile 19.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. Could you imagine walking 19 miles in an air cast ever in your entire life? This is what it is. I mean, he had it in his head. He was going to do this. He was going to get as far as he could.
Yeah, and as much as we were all worried about him.
We were very worried. Everyone kept going. Has anyone heard from Paul?
Yeah.
Did you get Paul's update yet?
Yeah. Well, we were like, Paul made it to the 10K. Paul made it to the half. It was crazy.
And, he didn't let anything hold him back from trying to at least complete this marathon.
Absolutely. So it's crazy. Anything really is possible. And we even find, as we spoke about earlier, aside from, testing your limits with something really strenuous, it's important to test your limits when you feel like you might otherwise need a break. So like we talked about, we were up for 24 hours, we were exhausted, so we didn't go to the gym Monday. But now Tuesday, it was so easy for us to be like, we need another rest day.
Yeah.
This morning, 5 a.m., we were exhausted. But you know what? We did it. It will do us no good to sit around for too long. So it's important to listen to body. It's important for you to listen to your body, but to also know when you can give yourself a gentle push to kind of get back into it. So
tips and tools. Why test your limits?
Why, Lisa?
Because it gives us something.
Going to be
there, we're back.
We lost for a second. If there's going to be hills on the course, make sure that you train with hills.
Train with hills multiple times.
Definitely.
Yeah. Fuel. Certain goals and limits require you to eat to perform.
Right.
So, make sure that you have the right meal plan for whatever you're doing. If it's extreme, you want to make sure your body is going to be functioning at its peak performance.
Don't try something new on race day. Race day. Like having a banana half hour before. Fashion. Now we love this part. Does your goal require you to dress properly to make it to the finish line?
Yes.
Know the weather. Know what you're comfortable in. Oh my goodness. So this was another part of the story that we totally forgot. I grabbed the wrong.
Oh my God. She grabbed the wrong pants.
The wrong pants.
They were too big.
They were too big. And so the entire race, not only was I like having this mental, like, am I doing this?
Heart and the head and the legs and the arms.
My pants were falling down the whole time.
And the banana.
Like literally, I was like Like if my pants don't stop falling down, I'm just going to take them off. So my pants are falling down, and because my pants are falling down, I'm getting a wedgie because there's like my underwear have nothing to kind of like hang out with. Totally forgot about this. Didn't tell anybody.
Did not tell anybody.
So my pants are falling, and I'm pulling them up every few miles. I'm like hiking them back up and picking wedgies. Like no joke. Anyone who was behind me saw me being like pick, pull, pick, pull. That was my 10K. Ow, my stomach hurts. Tony's like, let's go. I'm like, ow, pick, pull.
And I'm like, Michelle, where are you? Why aren't you keeping up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
So plan your fashion right, guys.
Lastly, believe in yourself.
Even if your underwear are falling down.
Make sure you're passionate enough about your goal and believe in yourself that this is something that you can do.
Absolutely.
I love that I'm reading the paper and I wrote it.
I know.
Like, what's wrong with me?
So really quick, we're not going to go through these too detailed, but we found 2 awesome articles, Overcoming Self-Imposed Limitations, Mind Training Strategies from Jim Jones. So he says the most important aspect of our overall training philosophy is that the mind is primary. It's really true. Set your limits. It is the psychological aspects of training that most people struggle with. Limitations in self-image. The lower your self-image, the lower the expectations you'll set for yourself, which is really true.
Very true.
They did this really cool experiment where he had this guy who was like, oh, I've never done a 405-pound deadlift. So he actually mixed up the weights so the guy wouldn't realize how much weight was on it. And he lifted it like nothing. And you know, it's not good for you. That's one thing. But I just think, you know, he's kind of being a little stuffy here, but whatever. Use trickery. The trickery was what he used to get that guy to lift the 405 pounds, which was really cool. And you become who you hang around with. So he says, if you're in a group, you know, you're the big fish in a small pond. That's not always the greatest thing. Put yourself in a group where you're kind of pushing to be as good as the rest of the group, which is how we feel.
That's what we do.
So it's like, you know, we're not where they are. They've been doing this for a long time. And
so quickly we've improved.
And they motivate us to keep going. So these are some good ways to overcome your limits. And we'll post the article and, you know, kind of disregard what he says about if they're only running 4-hour marathons, you shouldn't hang out with them. You should be running 3-hour marathons. You know.
What?
Unless, I mean, that's not necessary. So.
Thanks, Michelle. Here are 3 ways to break through your self-imposed limits by Stephanie Sammons. Number 1, choose your challenge, which we've said before. I feel like I wrote this because this is everything I wrote in my other thing.
You did write it.
Yeah. So belief actually comes after you've made the commitment. So once you've started working towards a challenge, so belief is not the first one. It's choose your challenge. And make a decision on what you're going to do and put it on the calendar. That's why we love races, because we have to build up to it. We have to sign up for it.
Especially long races.
Yeah. Prepare for your challenge, like we said. Don't go in blindly. That would be silly. That would just create more fear and deter you from working on your limits. And enlist support for your challenge, whether it be friends, family, spouse, running group. I mean, just a group. I mean, not talking about us again at all. Swear.
Well, the thing is, we're here to share our experience. So we've been on a really long journey and we've tried a lot of things. And it just so happens that, and we've talked about all those things, kettlebell kickboxing, CrossFit, the different diets we've tried.
Right now we're doing this, guys.
Right now we're doing this. Yeah. And so it's something we've always wanted to be better at. It's something we've always struggled with. And it's something that we've always had as a goal. And we're finally in an environment and in a social circle where it's able to become a reality, and it's exciting. And it's just a new challenge that keeps us fit and healthy.
100%.
And it's something that we need to stay on our path. So we're grateful for it.
Absolutely. And as always, feel free to contact us for additional information.
Yeah, Lisa, you're worse than me tonight.
I'm tripping over. My tongue is just like in the way.
We will have everything on 4cfitness.com. Our goal is that by
the 50th,
we will have
we are completely caught up.
Absolutely. We have some time in the coming weekend. So.
Sorry, chickadees.
Tabata of the week. This is about pushing your limits. So I chose the hardest things that I could think of.
These are good ones
that people always try to avoid. So if you don't know what a Tabata is, it is a 4-minute workout. It's very quick. You can use the Tabata Pro Timer app or the countdown on your phone. You're going to do 20 seconds of burpees. Do the burpees with a 10-second break. 20 seconds of push-ups. just do the darn push-ups with a 10
You
second break.
can do it. It's all
20
mental.
seconds of sprinting with a 10-second break. And if you have the ability to do a pull-up, meaning that you're at a gym or you have a place at a park where you can do pull-ups, I want you to do 20 seconds of pull-ups. If you can't do the pull-ups, do a full-blown sit-up where you're literally sitting all the way up, not just a crunch.
You can do it.
So 20 seconds of burpees, 20 seconds of push-ups, 20 seconds of sprints, and 20 seconds of sit-ups or pull-ups. Each one gets a 10-second break. You repeat that for a total of 4 minutes. You guys, this was probably one of the most fun and manic shows we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I hope you love it as much as we did.
We loved it.
Thank you so much for tuning into our show this week. As always, a huge thank you to Skinny Man and 3-1 for the help with the rest of our show.
That goes right along with the whole show.
The energy in this room is just pliable. Join us for our 49th episode show next Wednesday, November 5th. We hope that everyone has a happy and safe Halloween and works on pushing your limits in the coming weeks.
That's right.
And remember,
Choose, commit, challenge, and change.
Thanks,
Have a great
guys.
night.
Have a great night.